Hey guys, it's Judy, and I have another card process to share with you. I have been on the roll with these card processes. It's just easier for me to do card processes, and that usually takes priority over my scrapbook layouts because when I need to do a card, I need to send it out. It's actually for someone to send out. So here I am. I'm using the Cutisaurus by Paper Smooches as the main image, and this card is for my nephew who will be 13. So I have a hard time with teens or tweens. I don't want it to be too cutesy, but I mean, you know. And then it's also a boy card, so anyway, I stuck with the dinosaurs, and hopefully it's not too cutesy for him. But on what is it? Nina Solar white cardstock and Memento Tuxedo black ink. I stamped out the image. I said the image was from Paper Smooches, and the Copics I used are, I believe it was V13 and V15 for the purples. So just a dark and a light, and then YG13 and YG11 for the bumps, or I don't know what you call those. Anyway, so it's really simple for animals. I love coloring the animals because I just do a dark and a lighter shade, and that's really all you need, to me, I think. So that was the image. So I am trying to decide what am I going to do. And I'm using not paper tray ink. I'm using MFT cardstock in that green. And it's going to be a regular A2 size card. That kind of matches nicely with the green on is it the humps, horns, or I don't know what those are called, bumps, or, I don't know the word. Anyways, I'm trying to see if I should fussy cut the dinosaur or punch it out. And originally I wanted it on like a square or oval, but then I realized I stamped it too close to the edge on the cardstock, on the white paper. So I'm gonna see what to do. I'm probably gonna mat it on that. I'm just trying to see if it'll fit the image because it is a little wider than it is longer, so I just kind of fussy cut. I'm using Cutter Bee scissors, and you'll notice I hardly use a scissor hand. What I'm doing is rotating with my left hand. I'm a righty, so I'm rotating with my non-dominant hand as it goes into the scissor to cut. So I decided to use that scalloped scalloped square by Marvy. It's a Marvy punch. And I don't know the exact measurements of it, sorry. But I'm looking at, I thought the purple was too much purple, the purple on the purple. So I decided to go with the green. And then I fixed the lighting in my viewfinder or whatever. It didn't look right, but then it actually just now it looked fine. So I shut off my OT light, and then that's what it looks like. Then I was like, wait, it kind of looks really dark. So it's amazing what the OT light does, FYI. Anyways, so I'm looking and it looks kind of plain. So I look at the stamp set again, and I am going to stamp out the rocks. I thought maybe putting a rock, make it dimensional, kind of have the rock on a pop dot in front of the dinosaur, and the dinosaur will have no dimension. So just kind of give it some depth in the card. See, I turned on the hot light, and look, amazing. I'm glad I kind of fiddled around with that because now you can see, wow, the hot light does make a difference. I didn't think it did, but for filming, I guess it does. And anyway, so for the rock, I'm using C3 and C5. Just two-tone kind of coloring for the shading and just making sure I blend it in. And you'll notice when I colored in like the dinosaur and the rock, I try to use circular motions so it blends nicer, I guess. And then so I just fussy cut that out, and I'm trying to look. And it still kind of looks kind of plain to me. So I'm thinking a sentiment, definitely a sentiment on the bottom, but I'm looking at that square that I put as a diamond or shape. And I'm looking and looking and thinking, what should I do? And then I'm like, oh, maybe I need some background paper for that. So I think that is crepe paper. It's like Let's Party or some kind of party thing. So boy cards, I almost always use stars. There had like there was the happy birthday one, the song one, which is great. And I think I like that, but then I don't know, I just like stars better. Plus the music, I didn't know if it went with the dinosaur. So I am matting it down at 5 1/4 by 4, and I just add my adhesive, and then kind of fiddling around with the placement again. And it still kind of looks plain, so what I end up doing is using my Memento marker and just kind of outlining the outside of the scallop to kind of add a little more dimension or to give it a pop, like kind of like a mat, because I didn't have another punch to make it a little larger to actually mat that scallop. So instead I just outlined it, and I like it a lot better. And then let me just adhere the dinosaur on, and then I'm going to pop dot that using my favorite Big Lots adhesive. I could have used a second layer to make it even stick out a little more, but I just kept it flat because I will be mailing it. So, so it sticks out a little, and it looks like there's more perspective in that. And I'm looking at my punches, and I want to do like a peek out sentiment or whatever. You'll see what I mean. Where I stamp the sentiment on the inside, but a window, that's what I meant. So those are paper tray ink die, label dies. I love them. They're great. I just kind of die cut a bunch at once, and they're great for Project Life, and then they're also great for cards. So you can either just die cut it and just add it, adhere it to the front. But what I'm trying is die cutting it. So I have 2 layers. I have the thick MFT cardstock as well as a pattern paper sheet. So the Cuttlebug is the A plate, B plate, C plate. And then I run it through twice, forward and then back, and it cut through. So it's very good dies from Paper Tray Ink. And I'm not sure if it will go through, like if you have the really thick cardstock, like Paper Tray Ink cardstock and another pattern paper, because it is pretty thick. Anyway, I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside, and I want to be exact about it. So I use a pencil to kind of trace the opening, because it would be horrible, really difficult to stamp it over both layers, like through the window. So you just stamp it on the inside. It's a lot easier. I use Versus Fine ink in black, which I love because it is very detailed, and I'm using detailed clear embossing to emboss it. And you can, because VersaFine stays a little wet a little longer, so you can do that if you're quick. So you see a little shine, a little raise to it embossed. And so now I'm ready to just add dimension to the back of the scalloped square. And then I'm going to try to line it up center over there. And then there you have it. Now, of course, I had to add some Wink of Stella. I don't know, it's a boy card, but I'm adding glitter. Just a little sparkle. And then, important, if you're going to write, I still have that pencil there. Before you erase it, make sure you write everything so it doesn't show up through the window. I did it on the superhero card before, and that was a bad mistake. So I will never do that again. So I will not erase the line until I am ready. So I will not write on top of the happy birthday or below it, because it will show through the window, even just like a little, like a 1/4 of an inch. So those alpha stickers are mini markets by October Afternoon, and that's a Paper Tray ink stamp that I love. And that is it. Hope you enjoy. Bye.